Actually, lives here.
You don't say.
But I live in the spare room. We don't have a spare room, but in the spare bit of her room where she isn't. In other words, there's no sex of any kind.
I beg your pardon?
Excuse me.
Today we are going to watch a video about a young man with the ability to time travel who tries to change his past in hopes of improving his future. About Time is a 2013 romantic science fiction comedy drama film written and directed by Richard Curtis. The film was released in the United Kingdom on 4 September 2013. Tim Lake grows up on the coast in Cornwall, with his father James, mother Mary, absent-minded uncle Desmond, and free-spirited younger sister Catherine, Kit Kat. The morning after a less-than-great New Year's Eve party, James tells Tim that the men of their family can travel back in time to moments they have lived before. Tim tests this by going back to the previous night's party and changing a few events. When he returns, James discourages him from using his gift to acquire money or fame, and Tim decides to use it to improve his love life. The following summer, Kit Kat's friend Charlotte visits. Although instantly smitten, he waits until the last day to tell her. She tells him he should have told her earlier. Tim travels back in time to tell Charlotte in the middle of the holiday, but she suggests he wait until her last day. Heartbroken, he realizes she is uninterested in him, and time travel cannot change anyone's mind. Believing he has lost true love, Tim becomes jaded. Tim moves to London to work as a lawyer, living with his father's acquaintance Harry, an angry misanthropic playwright. He visits a Don Lenoir restaurant, where he meets Mary, an American who works for a publisher. They flirt in the darkness, and afterward, she gives Tim her phone number. He returns home to a distraught Harry, whose new play's opening night has been ruined by an actor forgetting his lines. Tim goes back in time to help the actor, so the play is a triumph. However, when Tim tries to call Mary, he discovers that by going back in time to help Harry, the evening with her never occurred, so he does not have her number. Recalling Mary's obsession with Kate Moss, he attends a Kate Moss exhibition every day until he sees Mary. Mary, having never met Tim, is initially confused but still allows him to join her and her friend. During lunch, he discovers that she now has a boyfriend. Tim goes back to when and where they met, turning up early before the potential boyfriend arrives, and persuades Mary to leave with him instead. Their relationship develops and Tim moves in with Mary. One night, he encounters Charlotte, who is now interested in him. Something he initially seems to consider before he turns down the invitation of intimacy as he is in love with Mary. Tim returns home and proposes. They travel to Cornwall to announce their engagement and Mary's pregnancy. They marry and have a daughter Posy. Kit Kat's relationship and employment struggles lead her to drunkenly crash her car on Posy's first birthday. As she recovers, Tim decides to intervene. He prevents the crash and takes her back to avert her relationship with Jimmy. Returning to the present, he finds Posy has never been born but he has a son instead. James explains that changing events prior to their children's birth may alter the exact child conceived. Tim accepts that he cannot solve his sister's problems by changing her past. He lets the crash happen, ensuring Posy's birth, and he and Mary help Kit Kat face her problems to improve her own life. She settles down with Tim's friend Jay and has her own child. Tim and Mary have another baby girl, ensuring Kit Kat's future. Tim learns James has terminal lung cancer and that time travel cannot change it, as going back to remove his habitual smoking would undo his and Kit Kat's conception. His father has known for some time, traveling back in time to effectively extend his life and spend more time with his family. He tells Tim to live each day twice to be truly happy, first, with all the everyday tensions and worries, but the second time noticing how sweet the world can be. Tim follows this advice. His father dies, but Tim travels to the past to visit whenever he misses him. Mary tells Tim she wants a third child. He is reluctant as he will not be able to visit his father again. Tim tells James, so together they travel back to relive a fond memory from Tim's early childhood, taking care not to actually change the experience to avoid causing any changes to the present. Mary gives birth to a boy, and Tim realizes that it is better to live each day once. From that point on he decides to not time travel at all, and comes to appreciate life with his family as if he is living it for the second time. That concludes our review for today, but the discussion is far from over. For more, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time, signing off from FK Bytes.